Welcome to Lamakū Challenge 4. Setting up your grades might not be the first thing on your to-do list when you think about creating your new course in Lamakū, but we're going to start there because it is a very important part of your class. Students are going to want to check to see what types of activities are due, and it's important for you as the instructor to make sure that your syllabus activities match your Lamakū activities. This is an area where both evaluators and accreditors will look to make sure there's parity between the syllabus and between Lamakū. So we're starting there. The first thing to do then is to make sure you have a copy of your most recent syllabus for the course that you're creating in Lamakū. Go to the area that lists the type of activities you do in your course so you can enter them into Lamakū. Second, we're simply going to create categories and items in grades in Lamakū to replicate what you have on your syllabus. Again, we want to make sure there's parity between your syllabus and what is entered in Lamakū. An important thing to note about setting up grades in Lamakū, you have to both set up your grade categories in grades and then in your various activities, your assignments, your discussions, your quizzes, you need to send those activities to the gradebook, to link them to the gradebook. When you come to grades for the first time in a brand new Lamakū course, you will automatically be taken to Setup Wizard. And we'll do that next, but first, let's go to Manage Grades. Once you click Manage Grades, this is where you'll see the new button that allows you to first add categories and then add items. So you're going to want to look at your syllabus and make sure you recreate all of the categories, and then go ahead and input each item under that category. So for example, I might have 6 quizzes in my class, so I would create the quizzes category and then enter 6 individual quiz items. So in this example, you'll see this instructor simply created an article analysis category, but since there was only one activity in that category, they just left it as that single item, and that's how they graded the students. But if you look at quizzes and then reading checks, you'll see that each of those have their category names and then have a number of quizzes and or reading checks below that. You'll also see in the association column that this instructor has linked their assignments, their quizzes, and their discussions to each of the individual categories. So this is something you'll do once you start creating your assignments, quizzes, and discussions. But this is the way that you can verify that those activities have actually been linked to the categories and items in grades. And if you're wondering about the reading checks with the stars next to them, the stars indicate extra credit. So if you're curious about extra credit, be sure to ask your campus instructional designer. Lastly, this is one of the neatest features of Lamakū. Use the Grades Setup Wizard to help you set up the grades settings. This automated process will walk you through many of the details that you can customize so your grading scale is appropriate for your teaching style. You can look at the list of gradebook settings to see some of the things that Setup Wizard is going to walk you through. So let's go ahead and get started. First, you'll choose your grading system, if you weight grades or if you just strictly use points. These are the 2 most common grading styles. Next, you'll select how you want your final grades released, what to do with missing and ungraded activities, what kind of grading scheme you want to use with your students, whether you want to grade with points, percentages, credit, no credit, letter grades, and so on. How many decimals you want to show your students in their points scores, how you want to display grades to students, and lastly, just confirming all of the settings choices that you made. So that was all 3 of the Challenge 4 activities. If you've completed all 3 tasks, then you are done for today.